All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So over the past couple of weeks, I feel like we've been hearing a lot of the same stuff regarding Zach Wilson's projection to the next level, specifically with the New York Jets and that offensive scheme. We've heard things like he's the perfect fit for the Kyle Shanahan system. He's too good of a system fit to pass on with the second overall pick. He's the exact quarterback that Mike LaFleur would want to run a system. So in this one, I really wanted to try to pull back the veil a little bit and explain why. Why is Zach Wilson considered by many people out there as such an incredible system fit, why he makes so much sense for the New York Jets with that second overall pick? So I think the first place that we should start when we're looking at a potential Jets-Zach Wilson marriage here is by trying to understand the offense. Now, it has been reported that Mike LaFleur will be bringing over the same exact system that Kyle Shanahan runs in San Francisco. So that's great. It's a West Coast system. It's a time-tested system that worked decades ago, and it's still working today. Now, of course, it's not the same exact system. It's kind of an evolution of what was happening in the 1980s, but the same overall concepts, like the underlying principles of the system, are kind of the same thing as they were years and years ago, which I think is personally awesome. Just as, a fan of football here, I think the blanket question that needs to be asked when we're looking at quarterback options for this position to run the system: can you deliver accurate passes on time consistently? I think if that answer is yes, you have a guy that can go out there and run the offense successfully. I would say the top three, or the three most important traits that quarterbacks must have if they want to have success in the West Coast system, include accuracy in the short passing game. That's huge, and honestly, it's probably the most important. I mean, when you look at the basic premise of the offense, it's all about short passing, getting the football out of the quarterback's hands quickly, yards after catch. You need to be able to put the ball in play. You have to put the football on the face mask and on the numbers. If you can't do that, then the offense is going to lag for sure. Number two, I would say quick release. Whenever you're dealing with a short passing style of system, you can't take a year to throw the football. It's just, if you're taking so long to get rid of the football, the chances of the pass being either intercepted or deflected skyrocket. And number three, throwing with anticipation. Again, this kind of goes hand in hand with yards after the catch. You need to be able to throw guys open. Even if your guy is being blanketed by Jalen Ramsey, can you still throw that pass catcher open? So we could take a look at a couple modern day examples, right? Some successful NFL quarterbacks, guys that are considered franchise guys. I'm not necessarily saying, they're top three quarterbacks or anything like that, but just good system fits that either do all three of those things really, really well or excel in two out of the three. So we have Kirk Cousins, right? A guy who's really, really accurate, a guy who has a quick release, and a guy who, really throughout the course of his career has had a great command of the West Coast system. We've had Matt Ryan win the MVP back in 2016 in this system, right? He's the complete master of having the quick release and throwing guys open. Who else? Jimmy Garoppolo, quick release, accurate in the short passing game. Jared Goff, Sean McVay, same deal. Derek Carr, quick release, accurate, same deal. John Gruden, West Coast system. So we've seen these underlying traits pop up time and time again. So to bring it back to Zach Wilson, he possesses all three of those traits. He has that extremely quick release. He has those anticipatory skills to throw guys open, throw wide receivers open. He's been doing it at BYU. And then, of course, he's accurate in the short passing game. So we're looking just on paper, Zach Wilson, does he do this, this, and this? The answer is yes to all three. And then you start taking a look at different nuanced things that are more specific towards Kyle Shanahan's West Coast style of system. Things like being able to snap your head around and play action and climb the pocket to deliver passes. He checks that box. Being able to handle pre-snap movement, putting guys in motion to either see if the defense might tip their hand on what kind of coverage they're in, or showing the defense one thing to do another, just a smoke and mirror show. Funny enough, the king of doing that is Mike LaFleur's brother, Matt. Such a well-balanced attack. It's the Green Bay Packers offense, so unpredictable. It's so hard to kind of predict what's coming next because there's just so much going on. They do so many different things, but it's kind of beside the point. You go back and you look at the BYU offense under Jeff Grimes last season. Tons of misdirection, tons of pre-snap movement, tons of West Coast concepts, and by the way, they actually ran a zone blocking system. So all in all, on paper, Zach Wilson is the perfect system fit when you're just going down the checklist, if you will, of requirements to play quarterback in this West Coast style of scheme. But here's the cherry on top. This is kind of the icing on the cake, if you will. The reason why Zach Wilson is being talked about going second overall as opposed to a second round pick like Jimmy Garoppolo or Derek Carr or even a middle round pick like Kirk Cousins is because there's more there. There's more traits to work with. He doesn't just have the basic requirements to run the West Coast system. He has more. Arm strength. Can Derek Carr put a 60, 70-yard pass on a line? No, the answer is no. He's accurate for sure. He could run the system. He knows where to go with the football. Super quick release, but he doesn't have that elite that elite arm, that Josh Allen-esque arm, that Patrick Mahomes-esque arm. Zach Wilson does. The mobility. Is Kirk Cousins scampering around in the backfield, extending plays, much like a Kyler Murray or a Russell Wilson? No. Cousins, quick release, super accurate. That's great. Command of the West Coast system, but he's not extending these plays. He's not buying time in the pocket while keeping his eyes downfield. He's not making plays outside of the pocket on a consistent basis. Zach Wilson does. You look at arm slots. Can Matt Ryan jump up in the air and flick a pass across his body that goes 25 to 30 yards with both of his feet in the air? No. The answer is no. Zach Wilson can do that, though. So Zach Wilson possesses all of the basic requirements for the West Coast system, but he has more. There's more to work with. Do you think the 49ers offense under Kyle Shanahan would be better if they actually utilized the deep parts of the field? Hey, Jimmy Garoppolo, he works really well off play action. He puts a lot of zip on the ball in short and intermediate passing situations. Super quick, super compact release. It's all there. But the downfield passing is non-existent. With Zach Wilson, you get the release, you get the accuracy, you get the play action, but you get the downfield passing, which Jimmy Garoppolo just does not bring to the table. So that's what makes Wilson so enticing. But there are a couple of red flags. The frame. The injuries, the injury to the throwing shoulder. We can't just scoff at those things and just say, no big deal. We have to make sure we're doing our due diligence. We have to make sure we put an actual offensive line in front of him if he's the pick at spot number 2, which that's what it's looking like it's going to be. Unlike we did with Sam Darnold, unlike we did with Josh McCown, Bryce Petty, unlike we did with Geno Smith, we never really had that dominant mauling offensive line like we once did back in 2010 with Mark Sanchez. He had a great offensive line. We need to get back to that. So if Zach Wilson's the pick, there's so much to work with. There's so much to like. He is a perfect fit for the system, but we just have to make sure that the injuries check out, right? The shoulder, everything's good to go, which I think it is. But taking hits at the next level and actually providing him with an offensive line. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you want Zach Wilson? Are you ready for Zach Wilson? Are you kind of weary on Zach Wilson, right? The frame, the shoulder, will he get hurt at the next level? The injuries kind of scare you off. Do you prefer Justin Fields, a proven winner? So much like with Fields, trade Lance, Mac Jones. Do you wish we would have kept Sam Darnold, trade back? There's so many different scenarios here. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. So thanks so much for watching. You have no idea how much this channel means to me, how much football means to me as a whole. And the draft is coming up 3 weeks from now, and I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait to experience it with you guys. We've been through a rough past couple seasons. Adam Gase, the end of the Todd Bowles era too was definitely a brutal patch as well. But I don't think anything amounts to those last couple seasons with Gase. That was. It was completely horrendous. So we did it. We made it to the other side. Let's see what the Jets do now. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.